Hi guys, in this video we're going to show you how musicians can build their own one-page website, and also with the same software I'm going to show you how you can actually build your own fan base, your own email fan base with the software that I'm going to show you tonight as well. So I'm glad you're here. My name is Des from the Music Marketing Academy. If you're looking to market either you, your band or your brand in this fast-growing music industry, you've definitely come to the right place, guys. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do a little presentation first. I'm going to show you how to set up the software in order for you to do this. And then what I'm going to do is going to take some questions as well. So if you've got any questions, I should be able to see some comments and some questions in the live chat. If you have any questions, I'll take any questions that you have at the end. And yeah, we'll see how we get on with it. So I'm going to do a presentation first, and then I'll take some questions after I've shown you the software. So let me see if I can get this software working properly. Right, so guys, this presentation is about musicians building their own one-page website. So I'm going to show you the reasons why you need one. Then I'm going to show you the tools that I recommend. All right, I say tools. There's only really one tool, but I'm going to show you the tools that I recommend that you use in order to actually build your own one-page website and obviously start collecting names and email addresses, which is building your fan base. Then I'm going to show you where you can promote your website. All right, so you've probably got a few guesses of where you can actually promote your website, but I'm going to show you where. A lot of people are under the impression that they just have a website and people just flock to it. It really is not the case. You really do need to promote whatever you're going to do, whether it's a website, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Apple Music, whether it's even YouTube, your YouTube channel. You do need to promote it. And you need to actively promote it. Then we're going to go through signing people up, so actually getting people signed up on the website within the setup. And then we're going to show you how to broadcast. And broadcast basically means all we're going to do is we're going to send an email once we've collected names and emails on here. All right. So I'm just going to put myself back onto the screen again. All right. So just bear with me. So why do you need one, guys? Let me just put this on full screen again. So why do you need a website? Why do you need a one-page website? You need to have your own asset that is yours and something you control. This can't be taken away from you because you don't, if you don't follow the rules with Twitter, you don't follow the rules with Instagram, or even if you haven't done anything wrong and somebody kind of takes over your account, they can actually strip you of your social media accounts very, very quickly. So that's why if you've followed me online for a while, if you've ever come into contact with anything that I've tweeted or posted, I always recommend that you actually have your own asset and something that actually belongs to you. I have many arguments and I get a lot of bad comments when I suggest this, but I'm telling you now, I've been in this game a long time when it comes to actually building an audience and actually collecting names and emails. There's nothing better, I can tell you now, there's nothing better than collecting name and emails from the people that you actually want to serve, who you want to sell to, for example. The sole purpose really, let me just click on this slide here. Like I said, the sole purpose is to collect names and email addresses from this one-page website. And I'm going to go into exactly why the actual website is so powerful. Even though it's just one page, it's a lot more powerful than just a website on its own when it comes to names and emails. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later. So another reason why else is it good to have a one-page website or have your own website? It means, and this is probably something really important, I'm going to put myself on the screen again. What's really important, guys, is you really do need to separate your fans from your followers. And this is huge. This is a big thing. You need to separate your followers from your fans. I'm going to say it again. You need to separate your followers from your fans. So what everyone else is doing, and I'd say probably 99% of musicians, what they're doing is they're not collecting names and email addresses, and they're literally treating all of their fans the same way. You can't do that. You need to have a mechanism. You need to have a reason to actually separate them. And the best way of doing this is to collect the names and email addresses of people that are actually interested in you and interested in your music. It's so important. All right. I can't stress this enough in how important this is. So another reason why you need to separate your fans from your followers is it allows you to focus. Let me just go back to full screen here. It allows you to focus, because what happens is when you're talking to people online, you're on Twitter or you're on Instagram, you generally do need to treat your fans differently, because these are the guys that are actually going to be streaming your music. They're going to be like hitting you up in the DMs. They're going to be purchasing your merchandise. They're going to be doing so many things that your followers don't do, or your general followers don't do, that you really do need a way to separate them. And there is no better way of doing this than collecting their names and email addresses. So I'm just going to stress that. Now, what I do, this is Twitter. I'm going to put myself on screen again. This is Twitter, and I do something very, very similar to this, guys, on Twitter. It's not the same, it is different, but all I'm showing you here is we have a private Facebook group. And what I've done is I've separated the guys that are in my forum. I put them into a different list. And each time I log in, for example, I generally just talk to these guys first, and then I talk to everyone else after. And the reason why I've separated them like this is because these guys have actually held their hand up. They've joined my Facebook group and they've said, Des, I'm interested in more of what you have to offer. I'm really interested in it. Can I join? Can I join your Facebook group? Can I find out a bit more? These guys to me are more important than my other followers. And I had a comment today. I'm not going to say the person's name. We get on really well, and he often pulls me up on a few things. So I'm not going to mention his name, but one of the reasons why I like to grow my following is it gives me more exposure, and it will give you more exposure as a musician. But growing your following is one thing, and at the moment I've got about 15,000 people on Twitter. I can't engage with all of them, but what I really do need to do is I need to separate the people that are just followers. I need to separate them into just general followers and people that are actually interested in what I have to offer, or what the Academy has to offer. This is one of the ways you can do it. You can obviously set up a separate Twitter list, for example, if you're using Twitter, but it allows me to, again, focus on these people. So I'm not, I'm treating them differently to my main followers. And that's one of the main reasons why I've done that. Your email list is even stronger than this, because these guys, even though they've joined up to join my Facebook group, they literally haven't actually bought anything from me yet. But the people that join your email list, they're going even further. They're actually committing themselves. They're actually given something of their own, which is their name and the email, which is quite precious these days. They're giving that to you. You need to treat them properly. You need to treat them with a bit of respect. Treat them like gold, really. Then when you have a release come out, or you've got a new track, or you've got a new music video that's come up, you can literally then just email that list, the people that have held their hands up already and said, mate, I'm interested in what you have to do, what you're selling, what you're streaming. I'm interested in that. These guys are going to be more important than just your general followers. Hence the reason why this is so important to do. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is probably the most important video I've ever done, because I can't stress this enough, and I can't get it through to you enough how important it is to do this. I'm not just doing it for the sake of, I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. This is probably the most important thing you'll do this year, and it'd be the most important thing. If you don't do it this year and you do it next year, it'll be the most important thing you do next year. And I'm going to show you later on how easy it is to start growing this, all right? And it's really, really important. So I mentioned that I have a Facebook group. If you're interested, we have a great bunch of guys there at the moment. The link is actually on the screen here. This is not about me promoting my Facebook group, but I get a lot of messages, people asking me for more information. In that Facebook group, there's more information as well. And what I will also say as well is, if you like what you've seen so far, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me help you, and it helps me help more musicians like you as well. So I'd really, really appreciate that. So I'm not going to stick on that too long. So guys, what tools do you need? How do you produce this one-page website? I'm just going to go back to full screen again. What do you need to produce this one-page website? You need a piece of software, and the software we're going to use is one called ConvertKit. All right, ConvertKit is basically an email automation software that allows you to collect names and emails. Okay, so it allows you to collect name and emails, but it also offers the automation services where say for example, you write an email or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 emails in advance, these emails will go out automatically to your fans. And that's why it's so important to have it. If you're interested and you want to follow along with me, you can do. The link is just here, which is bit.ly, which is bit.ly/TMMA ConvertKit. It's totally free, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. And I'm going to be pretty transparent here. It's free, but they offer a paid plan as well, which is, I'm going to do a live stream next week where we go into how powerful it is if you actually go into the paid plan. But for now, all we're going to do is we're going to set up the one-page website to collect name and email addresses. So let's get the ball rolling. So like I said to you before, the sign up is actually free. I'm just gonna put myself back on screen. So sign up is actually free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. So there's no commitment from you other than you having to register for the website and then sign up and then start building your landing page. So it's really easy. You don't really need to commit yourself too much. If it's not for you, that's totally fine. But just remember, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You could try it out, take it for a test run. And if it's not for you, don't worry about it. And there are other services as well. I've picked this software, which is ConvertKit. I've picked it because it's the software that I use myself in my own business and for other businesses that I manage. We use ConvertKit. And I've chosen it as well, guys, because it gives you free landing page software. So even if you're not technical, which I'm guessing a lot of you aren't, maybe when you're doing your music and stuff, excuse me. But if you're not technical, don't worry. We work with templates. You choose a template, you press a few buttons, you move a few things around, and you can get it live. You get your own little website address that you can actually promote. It's really simple. And I'm going to go through it in a minute, how to set things up. It's so easy. It'll blow your mind. Then I'm also going to show you how to broadcast. And I say broadcast because that's the language that ConvertKit use. You're not actually doing a broadcast. What you're doing is literally just sending an email, but they call it a broadcast. All right. So hopefully, if you're cool with that, that's great. And don't forget, guys, if you're interested and you like what you've seen so far, just join my Facebook group. I go into a lot more detail in my Facebook group, and I'll show you, I'll go into a lot more detail of all the things that we offer as well regarding marketing yourself and your music. So I think that's it regarding the presentation on these slides. So what we're going to do is, once you've signed up, actually, let me just come out of this, guys. Right, once you've signed up, what you basically do is you're presented with this screen. I'm just going to go to full screen here. Once you sign up, it's really easy. It asks you a question. It says, do you currently use an email marketing tool in your business? So you've got two questions here, or two answers you can use. You can say, yes, I'm moving from another tool, or no, I'm just starting with an email. All right. So we're not actually moving from another tool. We're going to go, no, I'm just starting with email. And then it asks you another question. So it says, nice, ConvertKit is great for beginners. Do you have a website? And we use this to help you set up forms and landing pages. So again, if you've already got a website, you'll say yes. If no, then you just click on no. And all you need to do then, guys, is just fill in your email address, a password, and then click get started. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do any more. As soon as you've filled in your email, as soon as you filled in your password, you're going to come to another page. Let me just bring this up. Once you've set everything up, this is kind of behind the scenes of one of the accounts that I have. I don't know if you can see it just here. What you really do need to do is, once you come onto this screen, you click on this link here, which says landing pages and forms. That'll bring you to this screen, and then you just click on create new. All right, this little pink button here, create new. Once you've clicked on that create new button, you literally just go to this page here, and it asks you, how do you want to gather subscribers? And subscribers are going to be your future fans. These are the guys you're going to be communicating with. Let me just put this on split screen again. Just bear with me, guys. So you've got a choice. If you've already got a website, say for example, you don't want a one-page website, you literally just want to put the form onto your website, you can do that. And if that's the case, if you've already got a website and you just want to use their automation software, you want to use the sign-up software, you don't need to build the separate landing page that I'm going to show you in a minute. You can literally just put that form on your website, all right? And if you wanted to do that and you've already got a website, all you need to do is click form, which is this button here. and it will take you to this page here, which basically allows you to choose a template. So as you can see, there's a few templates here. There's not loads of templates for the actual forms, but there's a few templates. There's ones with images in, which you can change the images. There's ones where you can actually have like what we call an in feed one, which is if you've got like a blog post. If you've got ones where you can say join newsletter, you can obviously customize all of this. And all of these images that you see here where you can collect name and email addresses, you can swap these out, all right? You don't need to use the images that they come with. But if you just wanted a simple email newsletter on your website, you can just use this forms function. But what I'm going to say, guys, this presentation that I'm doing here isn't about this side of things. This is kind of like if you've already got a website, and I'm kind of guessing most of you don't. If you do, you can use the option of forms, but I'm going to show you how to build your own one-page website from scratch. It's only a few clicks. It's really simple. It's really easy. So if we go back to that screen again, so instead of clicking forms this time, you're going to click on landing pages, all right? When you click on landing page, it brings you up some templates that you can use. And this is what's really powerful about the software. You don't need to do any coding. You don't need to be a professional in web design. This literally shows you templates you can use, and it's really simple to use, and it's really intuitive as well. So I could either scroll down and have a look at these templates for the one-page website, or if I click on choose, what it does, it goes to another screen and it allows me to have a look at the templates in close up. Actually, let me just go back a minute, actually, because I didn't mean to do that. Just 1 minute. No, sorry, it was preview, not choose. I do apologize. Right, preview. So what you've got is these are one-page website templates that you can use. Again, it's totally free, you know, under no obligation to pay for anything, but it allows you to collect names and email addresses. And like I said to you before, guys, it's really important that you do this. So I'm just going to quickly go through a few templates. I'm not going to go into massive detail regarding the templates, because you can have a play with it once you register, have a play with it yourself and choose the template you want. All I'm going to do is just go through a few of the templates one by one. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the ones that I'm showing you here, you can actually switch out the background image. You can put in your own video here. You can swap out the text. You can change the color of this. There are so many things you can do with these templates. It's unbelievable. And don't forget, guys, this is totally free. It's not costing you anything at all. So just quickly run through these templates. You got ones where you can just collect email address, or you got ones where you can collect name. There's another template here. What I'm going through is I'm just going to take a drink quickly. And don't forget, guys, you can customize any of this. You can swap out that image if you don't want that image. You can change these buttons around. You can do whatever you want with these templates. And as you can see, they're quite nice looking. And the fact of the matter is, you can also swap out the colors of the font as well if you really wanted to, which I'll show you in a minute. But they're really, really good templates. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want to spend too long on this, if you sign up, you can kind of have a look at the templates yourself. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's quite a few to go through. But one of the ones I recommend going for, and listen, you don't need to, just switch this. You don't need to use the template that I'm going to show you now, all right? You don't. You can choose whichever template you want to go for. This is just one that I think represents musicians a little bit better, and it allows you a better way of actually presenting your music, your band, or your brand. So this is the one I actually choose. So the one that I would personally go for, and I'm going to stress you don't need to go for this one, but this is the one I like. It's this one here, which is called Broadway. And it's nice. You can change the actual text here. You can change the text here. You can change the color of this. You can change the color of the button. If you just wanted to collect emails, you can do. You can delete this bit here. Or if you want to collect name and email addresses like I would recommend, then you can obviously go for this one here. But again, you can go through all of these templates, choose the one you want. And all you simply need to do, guys, is click on, actually, I'm talking, but I haven't got you on screen. Sorry about that. All you need to do is you need to click on choose. Sorry about that. I was in my own little world there. I was looking at this screen. I thought you guys could actually see it. So anyway, you can look at the template, choose the template that you wanted and click on choose. All right. So this is the one that we want to go for. So click on choose. And what it does, it allows us again to edit this if you really wanted to edit this. I'm not going to go into massive detail regarding the editing. Let's get myself back on screen. I'm not going to go into massive detail regarding the editing because it's quite straightforward to do. If you want to change, say, for example, the color of that text, you literally just go here. You might actually have colors for your brand already, and you can just put the code in here. But if you haven't got that and you just want to choose a color, maybe you want to choose green, for example, you just click on this here, and this will basically move. There's a little dot there. You probably can't see it, but there's a little dot where I can actually move, if I can actually move this around, and you can, I don't know if you can see the colors changing there. I can choose which color I want if you haven't got brand colors. And if you want to go for red, for example, or this orangey color, you can do. All right. Also, if you want to change the text, all you need to do is just highlight it and then just type to change the text. So you can say something like, please sign up. You can also see where it's got email address and first name. You can switch these around just by grabbing it and moving that around as well. You can also collect other information as well, but I wouldn't recommend that. For now, just have names and email addresses. That would be my recommendation. You've got a subscribe button here. So after they've filled in their name and their email address, and this works the same in all the templates as well, after they fill their name and the email address, they'll click on subscribe here, and they'll literally go into their email and basically just confirm that they want to be part of your email service. All right, so that, and if you wanted to change the color of this button, say for example you didn't want this pinky color but you wanted green, you can just click on here, and again you can change it to whatever you want. You can move this around and just choose the color you want. So you see how easy this is. Right, I don't know if you remember from what I showed you previously, but what you can do is you can actually have, and this is what I'd recommend, a video on here with you talking on it. I'm going to show you some examples actually of some of the guys in my forum that are actually using this at the moment. You can actually have a video on here with your latest track, and you basically in the background saying, guys, you need to sign up to this. All right. It's really, really easy to use. All you need to do to swap out this default video, just click edit video. It comes up with this default one. You click on it and there's a bit of code here. All right. Don't be scared. It's not scary. What you need to do is you need to record a video of you asking people to basically sign up. All right. And then what you want to do is upload that to YouTube. And then you want to grab a piece of code. And it's really easy. I'm going to take you step by step just to show you how easy this is. You don't want this here, though. This isn't the link you want. You actually need to click this share button and actually grab this link here. All right. So you just click on copy, go back to your page and see where this URL here is here, this web link here. You basically delete that and you just paste in your video. All right. So can you see how easy it is? I'm not having to do any coding. I'm not having to do any HTML. I'm not having to do any JavaScript. I'm not having to do anything. All I'm doing is just clicking and putting things into place. And again, if you're unsure, you can watch this back. And ConvertKit have some really great tutorials as well. So you just take your time, go through it step by step. What I'm showing you here is kind of like a shortened version, if you can appreciate that. But if you want to do it and you want to put your own video up there of you explaining, you can see how easy this is. All right. So I'm going to click out of this. Okay, so where do I save that? Right. All right. So you got save and publish. You've got a few things along the top here, but you've also got preview. So if you preview that, what it does, it gives you an example of what the person that's come to this website is going to see. So they'll see please sign up. They'll see a first name, email address, and then they can play your video, and they can see you talking about your music at the same time. If I can just do one more thing before I get off this page. Just bear with me. This is how it looks on mobile. So if they were coming on mobile, and there might be some questions later on about this, most people are going to be coming from mobile. They're not going to be coming from desktop. So again, this is what it looks like when they're on mobile. So it'd be the video here, which they can play. Please sign up, and they just fill in their name and email address there. All right. So it's really, really easy. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you, just come out of this exit preview. I'm going to show you some examples of guys in the forum that have actually already done this. All right. Let me see if I can find their details. So you've got a guy called, or a group called Novus Cantus. They're basically using the same software that I'm recommending to you because they're in my forum. But what they've done is they've got their own website here, but they've also added another link here which takes you directly to their page, the page that I've just showed you how to set up. And this is their page here, guys. So as you can see, they've gone through a slightly different template, but they've kind of put their own colors in here. They've changed the actual color, they've changed the text, and you can see how easy it is. They've uploaded their own video and put it in there as well. It's really, really simple. Excuse me. So you've got a guy called Grizzly. He's also in my forum as well. And as you can see, he's got a SongWhip web link here, but he's also added the exact same page and the URL, which I'm going to show you in a minute. He's added that URL to that landing page, and he's asking people to follow his journey. And his template is the exact same template, but he's actually put his video on there. He's put it all in black, so he's changed the background, he's changed the text, and he's got a blue subscribe button, and he's collecting names and email addresses. And from what I know, he's doing really well with it at the moment. So he's doing fantastic. I'm just going to quickly play some of these just to give you an example of what these guys are doing with it.
Hey, I'm Alex, and I'm Christian. We are Novus Cantus. You're about to see a video of our latest live footage. If you enjoy, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Okay, so we're not going to play all that, obviously. The next one is obviously Grizzly. I'm just going to play a little bit of his. And again, you guys can do with the video exactly what you want with it. You don't need to go down the same route these guys have done. They've kind of crafted it to their own style and the way they want to actually portray things to their fans. You can do it as however you want to do it. It's completely up to you. So I'm just going to quickly play Grizzly's one.
What's good, people? Thank you for clicking that link and subscribing. Thank you for joining my journey. Look out for those emails coming through to you when there's new releases and updates. I appreciate you all. Follow my journey. Good.
Okay, so I'm going to stop that. See the example there, these guys, and I've spoken to them, it took them minutes to set this up. Obviously, it took a bit longer to do the video and then upload it to YouTube. And in fact, that was probably the longest part actually, is actually doing that, actually recording the video and then uploading it to YouTube. Having your own website like this here, a one-page website where you're collecting names and email addresses is so important. I can't stress it enough. Okay, so what we're going to do as well is we were quickly going to go through talking about how to actually promote this. So what actually happens with the software, it gives you its own URL. So it gives you an own web address if you wanted to actually market this, all right? So you don't need to buy a domain. You don't need to get any hosting at all. ConvertKit basically has all the hosting on there for you. So I'll just copy that web address just there. And that's the web address you get. I click on there, you can see how quickly it's all set up. And now, obviously, I'm not going to put my video on here just yet, but you can see the example of how quickly things are to set up. As soon as they fill in their name and email address, I can then start emailing them. All right. So it goes back to what I was saying to you before regarding how important it is to tell them when you got a new release, how important it is to tell them that you got a new track coming out, a new music video. These are the reasons why you guys need to build your own email list. All right. You have a one-page website, collects name and email addresses. And then when you've got a new release, excuse me, when you've got a new release, you literally just tell them, email them and just basically let them know that that's happening. It's the email side of things is really easy. All you literally do is just put in the email subject line, write your email as normal, click on save, click send, and it just sends them an email. So if you've got 100 people, if you've got 1,000 people on your email list, it will send them an email all at the same time. So say, for example, today's Sunday. If you've got a track coming out on Friday, hopefully you would have done a bit more marketing before this. But if you've got a new track coming out on Friday, what you guys really need to do is you need to start emailing your new subscribers and your existing subscribers just to let them know that there's a new track coming out. Can you see how powerful that is? So what most of you are doing at the moment is you're basically trying to hope and pray that your followers do something when you actually tweet out or you post on Instagram that you've got a new track. These guys on your email list are not the same as your followers, guys. These are different people. These are people that have literally held their hands up and said, I am actually interested in your music. I'm interested in what you guys want to do, what you're doing at the moment. I'm going to give you my name and email address because I want to be notified when something happens. And this is why the email software is so powerful. All right. So let's quickly go back to Twitter. So one of the places you can actually promote this, all right, one of the places you can promote this is actually in the bio of your Twitter account if you're on Twitter. All right. Now, you've got a choice. You've got places where you can actually put it in your bio. You can put it here where Nova Canters have actually put their main web address, or you can actually click on edit and you can put the actual web link in right in the middle of the bio, just like they have. And if we go back to Grizzlies, he's got a song whip link here, but there's no reason why you can't actually add this URL, which is the ConvertKit URL, to that. All right. So hopefully you're starting to see the power of this. Hopefully you'll take me up on this and you will literally run with it. I really hope you do. One thing I would also recommend as well, guys, is you need to email them at least once a week. Now, I know some of you might be a bit scared of doing that and thinking, what the hell am I going to tell them? What the email marketing allows you to do is it allows you to tell your story. It allows you to tell a story in a way that's a bit more personable. It allows you to open up a little bit more to the people that have actually held their hands up and said, I'm actually interested in what you have here. You can be a lot more intimate, whereas on social media, you can't really get that across as well. And not only that as well, like I showed you on the slide earlier, you can be super focused on literally just talking to people that are actually interested in what you're doing. All right. As you can see, I'll show you an example of my account. I've got 3 links here. What I do in my social media is in my social media posts, a lot of the times I tell people to actually go to my bio and actually sign up there. So I've got a free Twitter course there. I've got a Facebook group link there. If I click on that, it takes you to Facebook, which is my Facebook group, and you can sign up. If it does, yep. There's my Facebook group there. So I'm using the bio to try and get eyeballs to an asset. I don't actually own this asset, but it's Facebook and it's quite powerful to sign people up with Facebook. Now, the next link I have there is my web address, which is my personal web address. Again, it's an asset I own. Social media, Twitter can't take it away from me. Facebook can't take it away from me. Instagram can't take it away from me. Snapchat, TikTok, none of these guys can take this away from me. This is something I own. And if I ever got banned, if you think about it logically, I've got 15,000 people here that are following me on Twitter. Now, if I get banned, how else am I going to communicate with the people that matter other than email marketing? And this is why it is so important. So guys, I hope I've shown you enough. I hope you've got an idea now of how powerful this is. Just going to go back to that other screen, share this with you here. So I'm going to hopefully take some questions from you. Let's move this out of the way. Take some questions from you if anybody's interested in and they've got any questions and they don't understand anything that I went through. I'm very happy to take any questions that you have. All right. What's the time now? In the UK, it's 8:45. So I'll probably stay on here for another 10 minutes. If you want me to walk through anything, I'm quite happy to walk through anything if you've got any questions. But yeah, ask away. So we've got a few comments here. We've got Jim. He said relationships. You're right, Jim. It is all about relationships. It's all about building a relationship with the people that matter. Your followers are not the same people as the people on your email list. Seriously, I'm telling you that now. They are not the same people. you cannot treat your fans the same way as you treat your followers. You have to treat them like gold, the people that actually sign up for your email list. Don't forget, these guys have actually held up their hand and said, Des or Jim, I'm really interested in what you do. I want to find out more. I'm willing to give you my name and email address in order to do that. All right. And you use, like the examples I just showed you with Novacantus and Grizzly, you produce a video. Whether you want to be on it or not is completely up to you. I recommend actually having you on the video. Don't be shy. You on the video explaining to them that who you are, what you're about, the genre of music, and then telling them literally to sign up, put their name and email address in if they want more. I would recommend doing that. So Jim, you're absolutely right. I do recommend actually building relationships this way, and you can build a much deeper relationship if you do this. So thanks a lot for that, Jim. Appreciate that. You also say good advice as well. Thank you. Hopefully I give good advice. I try to. So yeah. Marlon Michael, this is great. Appreciate that, mate. You've come from Facebook. Appreciate that. Mary Beth, you've mentioned something about channel trailer. I don't really know what you mean. Can you give me a bit more context, Mary? Obviously, a channel trailer is something you normally get on YouTube, and you normally do like a little trailer just introducing people if they click on your about page, for example, or if they go to your homepage on YouTube, you can normally do like a little channel trailer, which is probably similar, and I think is probably what you're getting at, Mary. You can have something similar on your ConvertKit or on your one-page website. The only difference is, and there is a difference, Mary Beth, there is a difference in the video that you're actually going to play on your one-page website. You're literally going to introduce yourself. You're telling them about yourself, but you're also within that video telling them to sign up. So you're actually talking to them and actually telling them what to do. It's not the same as just having a trailer of you and your music. It's just, you won't get as many signups. You'll get a certain amount of signups, but you won't get as many signups if you're in front of the camera, you're talking to the lens like I'm talking now, talking to people, and you tell them, guys, if you're interested in my music, please sign up. Enter your name, enter your email address, and please sign up. There's nothing more powerful, Mary Beth. So that'd be my recommendation. It is similar to a channel trailer, but it's slightly different. So thanks for the question. I appreciate that. And again, you're saying neat. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, Jim asked, can you show us where to find the folks who have subscribed? Jim, I've got another live stream coming up. Let's put myself on screen. I've got another live stream coming up next week. It's going to be part 2 to this. So part 1 is literally just getting you set up with your one-page website. I don't want to overload you and give you too much stuff at the moment. But once you guys start collecting names and email addresses, in the live stream next week, I'm going to show you how you can see all the names and email addresses you've collected. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of my account, show you, and then show you how to actually email those people as well. But what I wanted to do in this live stream, because I understand it's quite technical for a lot of people, and I don't want you to get too confused. The reason why I've done it this way is I just want you to just set up your landing page first. And for some people, this is going to take them a long time. It's going to take them a while to register. It's going to take them a while to do the YouTube video, upload it, share it into that piece of software. Some people it's going to take a long time. The 2 guys I showed you there, it didn't take them any time at all. They went through my free course that I did a few months back. They went through it and it took them probably an hour to set things up, so that they really ran with it. And it's up to the musician, it's up to the person how quickly they want to do it. The reason why I've done it this way, Jim, is I'm assuming that a lot of people are quite busy. Life is hectic at the moment. There's a lot of things going on. And all I wanted you to do is just set it up first. Next week in my live stream, and I'm going to do the same live stream like I'm doing now today. Next week, I'm going to show you behind the scenes of my account and show you how to actually send an email to these people. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. I didn't want to do it in this live stream because it's just too much information. I just want to keep things nice and simple. All right. So hopefully, Jim, I've answered your question there. Okay, so Mary Beth is, how do ConvertKit and MailChimp interact? Okay, Mary Beth, this is a very, very good question. MailChimp and ConvertKit are similar pieces of software. You don't join them up at all. They're both email automation software. So I'm introducing you to ConvertKit because ConvertKit is what I use and it's what I recommend to my the people I work with as well. It also allows you to actually set up the templates so you can actually have your own one-page website. MailChimp doesn't do that. All it is just automation software, and then you can put forms on your website, for example. It doesn't allow you to set up the one-page website like I showed you previously. So in answer to your question, the two are very separate. You don't join the two. They're both email automation services and companies. They're not linked. They're not related at all. They're completely separate, but they do the same job. The only difference is, and the only reason why I'm recommending this, and I'm going to say it again, is because with ConvertKit, it allows you, you can use it for free, and you could also set up your one-page website as well and start promoting it straight away. With MailChimp, you can't do that, unfortunately. So I hope that answers your question. So Nana Boy, yep, you're on my forum. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for asking a question. Can you add other buttons to link to Bandcamp, etc. on this? You can do, Nunny Boy, but what I would say, I'm going to be really, really truthful with you. I'm going to be very transparent. It's not what it's designed for. All I want to do with this presentation is get people started and getting the idea that it's so important to collect names and email addresses. And this is what this software does. It helps you do that for free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to start adding Bandcamp buttons and embedding Spotify links in there and players and all different types of things, then that kind of takes you to a next level, which is actually having your own website. And I think probably in a few weeks' time, I will show you how to set up your own website if you guys are actually interested in that. I haven't done that yet because there's a level of complexity to it that's quite technical, and I don't want to confuse people too much. The reason why I'm doing this video, and the reason why it's so important for me to do this for you guys now, is really just to show you how important it is to set this up as quickly as possible. As soon as you set this up, you can start then on Twitter, on Instagram, and start telling people, if you're interested in my music, you want to hear more, please sign up to my email list, and I will literally update you whenever I've got a new track out. That's what I wanted to do today. If you want to set up links and buttons and all different types of things, I would recommend setting up a separate website. And again, if I get enough interest and you guys want to do that, I'll do another presentation like this and we'll go into that. But for now, all this software does really, and all it's really designed for, is to collect names and email addresses. And like I said, if you already have a website, Nunny Boy, you can actually, you don't need to set up the one-page website. You can just use the forms and embed them onto your website if that's something that you want to do. Completely and totally fine if you want to do that. But for now, one-page website, collect names and email addresses. When something happens, you literally just send them an email. It's as simple as that. So hopefully that's answered you the question, mate. Thanks for asking anyway. So I'm going to try and pronounce this. Al Johnny Musico, as always, to the point, helpful with great insight. That's great. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Jim saying awesome. Thanks a lot, Jim. Jim again, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much. And then we got somebody with a thumb. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So guys, I'm going to be on here for another few minutes, see if there's any more questions at all. If you have any questions, ask away. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this every Sunday. I'm going to be doing a presentation like this. It's recorded as well. So guys, I'm doing this. I'm live streaming on Facebook. I'm live streaming on YouTube, and I'm also live streaming on Periscope. So this, if you can't catch all of this now, it will be recorded and it will be on YouTube. And I think after I finish, it will be on Periscope, and it will switch it to Twitter as well. So don't worry if you haven't been able to watch the whole of this presentation. That's not a problem at all. It is recorded. You will be able to see this again. And like I said, guys, if you don't mind, if you found value at all, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. What happens is when you subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell notification, every time I load something up on YouTube, it sends you a notification to let you know as soon as I've posted something. It lets you guys know that that I've actually uploaded something. What also happens as well is if you guys engage with it, as soon as I post something, it shows a few people that video. Once you get the notification and you engage on it, you watch it, you like it, you leave a comment, what it does, it signals to YouTube that this content is quite good, and it will show it to more people. They engage, it shows it to more people, and so on and so forth. So not only am I helping you, but I'm helping other musicians as well. So guys, I would really appreciate it if you do take the time. I know you're all busy, but if you take the time just to like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and just hit the bell notification as well. Also, guys, I mentioned it before, I have a private Facebook group. The two examples I gave you are two guys that did this a few months back, and they're doing really well with it, Grizzly and Novacantus. Again, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything at all. So if you're interested, the link is just there, which is bit.ly TMMAFBG. And also you'll find the link in Instagram, and also you'll find a link on Twitter as well in my bio. If you're interested in joining my Facebook group, again, it's free. We go into a lot more things there. We have a chat. Anybody has any questions, I'm approachable. You know, I'm not just, you know, somebody that comes on here and just does a presentation. If you have any further questions and you don't really want to leave it here, and you don't want to leave a comment on here so everybody can see you, you can actually private message me on Twitter or Instagram, or within that Facebook group as well. I'll be happy to answer your questions. All right. So again, please subscribe if you haven't done to my YouTube channel. I've got a couple of videos that are coming up. I'm doing an interview with Darren from MusicCast, which is a new streaming service. Just go back here. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, so I've got an interview coming up with Darren from a website called MusicCast, which is a new streaming service. I'm going to probably publish it on Wednesday. I was going to publish it today, but I was trying to get my presentation done on this one, so I just didn't have the time to do that. So Darren, I'm sorry about that, mate, but I'm going to publish it on Wednesday, and hopefully you guys will see it. We're going to introduce you to the software that he's just launched, and hopefully, guys, fingers and toes crossed, you're going to like it. Have a go. It's free to register as well. So yeah, if you get a chance, I'm going to upload it on Wednesday. Check out his website. It's called MusicCast. It's a new streaming platform for musicians, and I really think you're going to get a lot out of it. At the moment, it's free to use, but get in early, because once he goes for a full launch, he's going to start charging, and the price is just going to keep going up depending on the popularity. So I would recommend that you get in fast anyway. So anyway, I've taken a bit of a sideline to what I wanted to talk about, but is there any more questions before I sign off? Mary Beth is saying thank you. Yeah, no problem at all. Hopefully, Mary Beth, I answered your question. So I appreciate you asking questions on here, because it makes it more easier for me to actually get the information across to you. But is there any more questions at all, guys? What I will say as well, I'm going to be totally transparent. They do two plans, ConvertKit. They do a free plan and they do paid plans. The free plan allows you to set up your website, and it allows you to collect names and email addresses. It gives you the little URL that you can kind of share in social media. So you can share it in your tweets if you want to, sign up to my email list, or you can put it in the bio like the other guys did. And it allows you to tell people to click on the bio if you want to join my email list as well. So that's the free side of it. They do a paid plan. I'm going to go through into that in my next presentation next week, next Sunday. They do a paid plan that allows you to automate, and that's kind of a next level type of thing. I don't want to talk too much about it now, but it takes your music business, it takes you to the next level when you can automate things, because one of the hardest things for musicians to do is actually start to get to know their fans, and for their fans to get to know them. It's really hard to do on social media. And the fact that you don't, I think I showed you earlier in the presentation, I set up a Twitter list. Unless you set up a separate list that takes your fans away from the normal feed, takes them away from all the followers, and you put them into a different list, it's very, very, very difficult to build a relationship with your fans if you just have them as followers. And I think what's happening is, and I think I'd use the statistic as 99%. 99% of musicians aren't collecting names and email addresses, or they're collecting names and email addresses, but they're just not doing it in the right way. All right. I would say the figure is 99%. I've been trawling the internet for months now, and I can't see many musicians doing this properly. Hence the reason why I just want to get you set up with this first, and then next week we can take you to the next level if you want to. All right, once you get used to setting up names and email addresses and connecting them, we're going to take you to the next level and go into automation, and that's next level stuff. Once you get into that side of things, you really will start building relationships with people, and it's done via automation, which means, you know, like the scheduling tools that I showed you. I think if you watch any of my videos, we talk about TweetDeck, for example, where you can schedule tweets to go out ahead of time, or you've got Hootsuite, or you got Buffer, which are scheduling tools for social media. What these automation software does, and Mary Beth mentioned MailChimp, which is another one as well that you can use. But what these automation software allow you to do is it allows you to write emails ahead of time. And then it allows you, as soon as somebody signs up, whether it's now, whether it's in 2 hours time, whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning, whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning, they will get what we call an email automation sequence that actually shows you, or allows you to get to know them, and it allows them to get to know you just by putting out automated messages. All right. It's next level stuff, I'm telling you. And if you can kind of set this up, you can set up if you can set up the one-page website and you can get the automation going, it's next level stuff. And it's stuff I haven't taught before. I haven't even taught this in my forum yet because I didn't want to confuse them. I just wanted to get them used to building their own website or their one-page website first. But if you can get into automation, what I'm going to show you next week, it will take your music business to the next level. And I'm not just saying that, it's really important that you learn how to do this. But first, guys, try out the software. It's totally free. It's called ConvertKit. The link is just there if you're interested. I'll be completely transparent and upfront with you. I don't get paid anything if you go on the free plan, but if you go on the paid plan, they pay a small commission, and it just allows me to help you guys more. All right. So being completely transparent, the free version, I don't get paid anything. If you go to the paid version, they pay me a small commission. So I just thought I'd be transparent with you there. It's not a massive commission. It's just a small commission, but it allows me to help you sit here on a Sunday evening, drinking my Ribena, talking to you guys, trying to teach you stuff. And yeah, it just helps me help you basically. So whether you use my link or not, I really don't mind. It's completely up to you. I'm going to do this every Sunday. I'm going to show you as much as I can show you in order to market yourself, your band, or your brand. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not asking anything in return. If you don't mind, use my link. If you don't mind, I'm still going to do the presentations, so it doesn't matter. So guys, is there anything else that I need to answer? Is there any more questions at all? Any more comments? All good. I'm editing up my page just now. That's great, Nani, but do you know what I thought you would do, mate? You're one of the guys that's an action taker, and I really appreciate that you come online, ask questions. It's really good talking to you on Twitter as well. You and the other guys are absolutely fantastic. So, mate, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, guys, I think I've gone over a little bit. It's 9:02 here p.m. in the UK, and it's time for me to watch the box and then, yeah, look to get to some shy. So, is there any more questions at all? These are all YouTube questions, which are great. Is there anyone on Periscope? Is there anybody on Facebook? Do you have any questions for me at all before I sign off? What I will say, guys, if you do have questions and you come up something and you haven't actually, you don't either feel confident to comment, or you want to ask me something afterwards, leave a DM. If you're following me and I'm following you, leave me a DM, and I can't promise to get back to you tonight, but I will get back to you in the next few days. As you can appreciate, I'm quite busy, but if you leave a DM, if you have a question, leave it there, and if I'm able to answer it, I will. If I can't, then I'll try and point you in the direction of a place where you can actually go to get that, get the answer. So, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Marlon, Michael, Mary Beth for commenting, Jim Snedeker, I appreciate you commenting, Nunny Boy, as always, I appreciate you, mate. Johnny Music Co, thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for this. Join me next week for another live stream. I'm going to do part 2 of this. So yeah, I really appreciate you coming along and looking at this. Part 2 is it's next level stuff, but I didn't want to go into too much detail on this live stream. I want you to sign up for this first, get your handle of actually setting up your YouTube video, uploading it, doing your little message at the beginning, changing your text around, having to play around with all the colors. If you've got a brand color, again, you can use the code, put the code in, and you can change it to your brand colors as well. It's so easy. It's unbelievable. Again, if you're struggling, send me a DM and I can send you tutorials on how to do it. What I went through today was obviously quite basic. There are a few more things you can do with it, but for now, just set up your one-page website, put in the name and email address, which is in the template, or choose the template, and then start collecting names and emails by promoting it on social media. The way I'd recommend doing it is put in your bio, put it into your posts, into your tweets, but you do need to promote it. People don't sign up for emails, names, and people won't give their names and emails just by chance. You do need to build a relationship first and then ask them to do it. If you don't ask them to do it, they won't do it. And you've probably seen that with other things you promoted on social media as well. This is no different. Just because you set this up doesn't mean you're going to get like an avalanche of loads of people signing up. It's just not going to happen. You do need to actively promote this as well, guys. So guys, if there's no more questions, thank you so much. I'm going to end this live stream. If you have any questions, DM me afterwards. I can't promise to get back to you today, but I will get back to you in the next day or two as well. All right. So guys, thank you so much. If you're looking to market either you, your band, or your brand in this fast-growing music industry, check out the Music Marketing Academy. My name's Des. I'm going to sign off. Cheers, guys.